Hi, I'm Suzanne Goody.
Hi, I'm Colleen Jones.
Watch us next on TSN.
Really, we've been watching her now for a number of years. Suzanne Goody out of Prince Edward Island, 5 straight provincial junior titles, back-to-back Canadian championships, and then a world championship as a junior in 2001. People knew that this was a curler who's about to be a star. And here in Kitchener-Waterloo, she is a star. PEI losing their first, then running off 10 straight wins. Suzanne Goody has been the team to beat. But now she goes against the defending champions. Team Canada out of the Mayflower Club in Halifax. It's PEI, Team Canada, and it's next. This afternoon in the 3-4 Page playoff game, Saskatchewan against Newfoundland Labrador, 6-6. It came down to the final stone by Regina's Jan Betker. Kathy Cunningham from St. John's line 2 around the edge of the 12-foot. She just had to put it full in the rings. But this is what happened. Newfoundland Labrador steal the win, and they are through to the semifinal. The sign says the best schnitzel in town, and for more than 40 years, people in Kitchener-Waterloo would agree. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TSN's continuing coverage of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Did you notice the technique of Muriel Wunder? It's into the egg batter, then into the flour, and then into the breadcrumbs. You try very hard to keep one hand dry, one hand wet when you make a schnitzel. The Metro here prepares 17 different kinds of schnitzel. Look at this. Is this a beauty? Coming up, it is the 1-2 game. It is Suzanne Goody and her team from PEI. Thank you very much. Got to have a lemon wedge going against Team Canada and Colleen Jones. Linda Ray. Now there you go. That is a schnitzel from the Metro here in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Victor, that is a good-looking schnitzel, and I understand you ate the whole thing.
Not the
Yes,
whole
he did.
thing.
Linda, 2 teams from the East Coast.
Well, and 2 very different skips when you look at the rookie against the person with 17 appearances, Colleen Jones, of course. Very good teams during the week. Very solid performances by both teams. But let's take a look at some of the numbers. Colleen Jones, well, what can you say about the experience? You know, they didn't play that well to start, but they're experienced, so they just shrugged that right off. Of course, they prefer that outturn. You may see that a lot in this game. They've kind of snuck under the radar. They've had a low profile because PEI, the rookie skip, she's had all the attention. Colleen Jones herself has been fantastic. Wait till we talk about her draw percentage because she likes to hit so much. She's been the best in both for skips during the week. Now let's look at the rookie. Look at the record, first of all, 10 wins and 1 loss. Very aggressive with the hammer. If you look at the time she's gone for 2, she's converted 56% of the time. 30%'s even good. That's very high. The fewest steals. And look at the consistency of the entire team. It doesn't matter what turn, it doesn't matter what shot. They have been very good all week, and I am so impressed with the way they are aggressive with that hammer.
Me too. They really are. And she's a Cinderella story for sure. You know, she runs off 10 wins. Unbelievable. She ran the whole table. But the thing about the team that I'm really impressed with, take a look at the composure. Now, in the Quebec game, in the 3rd end, Quebec skip makes a wonderful shot here. It's an in-off. It looks like Suzanne's got 2 locked right up. But watch this. Off the 12-foot, across to the shot rock. Now, these are the small things you look for. That's a wonderful shot. But now this is the small thing. After a shot like that, sometimes what can happen, you can come a little undone. Suzanne got in the hack, got herself together. Now she has to play a very delicate, soft tap back to get her 2 points. Take a look at this shot. This is a touch. And this is the kind of touch she's had all week. She also can throw it up, so she's got a whole bag of tricks. What a nice shot this is for 2 points to tie this game up. And that's the kind of composure she's been showing us all week. Now, Colleen Jones, look at the stats. Look at the percentages. She's the top skip in the event. She just is that good. So the young Cinderella story is going to have to take care of this queen.
Suzanne Goody out of the Charlottetown Curling Club has impressed everyone here. Great teaming up with her third, Rebecca Jean McPhee. But now she goes against the defending champion, Colleen Jones, looking for a 5th national championship. Look out, Suzanne. She's right behind you.
The 2003 Scott Tournament of Hearts from Kitchener-Waterloo is brought to you by Scott Paper Limited, supporting women's curling across Canada.
Well, the crowds have been terrific all week here in Kitchener-Waterloo at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, referred to mostly as the Odd. And we welcome you back to this 1-2 page playoff game. It's time to read the ice now with Ray, brought to you by Ford, built for life in Canada, right?
Well, there's nothing odd about this ice. It's been fabulous all week long. Around that center guard, we're talking about 4 feet. It may go a little more as we move through the game and the building warms up a bit. Around the corner guard, once again, 4 feet of movement. Breaks late, it may go a little more. From the outside in, it holds a little bit, but as it starts to move, and I think it'll go 4, 3.5 to 4 for sure. You do have to watch the slide path. There's no question about that. It will flatten out. Also, we saw Jan Becker get caught a little bit on a draw into the fresh pebble. It will slide if the pebble's not broken down. It's a very, very warm building, and sometimes the ice gets soft. Rotation, 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 and then you've got 2 of the best at it here.
Let's meet these 2 good teams, and we'll start with the PEI champions. Their lead is Susan McInnes, Robin McPhee, Rebecca Jean McPhee, and their skip Suzanne Goody out of the Charlottetown Curling Club. The defending champions, their lead is Nancy Delahunt, Marianne Way, Kim Kelly, and their skip Colleen Jones. They're from the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax. PEI with a record of 10-1 through round robin earned the right to pick the stones. They also get the hammers, so they'll play red. Team Canada at 8-3 will play the yellow. Prince Edward Island with the last rock here in the first. So to get us going, the Team Canada lead is Nancy Delahunt.
Well, in a heartbreaking loss for Jan Becker today in a 6-6 game coming home, and unfortunately missed her draw. But you got to give a lot of credit to Kathy Cunningham and that team from the Rock. They just hung in there the whole game. They stole a point in 9 to tie it up, and you know what can happen in those tied games. You've been in many of them yourself. These 2 teams tonight, you made a great comment. You said that Colleen Jones kind of slid in under the radar, and that's exactly what happened. All the attention all week was certainly with Suzanne and Jan Becker and many of the other teams getting a little bit more of the media attention than she was. But boy, oh boy, she just shoots so well and so consistent. She'll try desperately to try to force Suzanne to play her style, which is more open. And I think that if you got to dance with the partner you take to the ball, I think the key is that Suzanne has to stay with her style, put rocks in play, make the moves when she has last rock.
I do agree with you, and I've already said that I'm so impressed with the way that Suzanne does convert. Nancy Delahunt putting the rock into play, and you said it, I think they'll keep putting Nancy's rock in the ring, so it will be up to Suzanne to decide how she wants to deal with the attempt to get her deuce when she has last rock. Obviously this end she looks like she's just not wanting to take any big chances. If we look at the speed of the ice times are brought to you by Karcher. Measuring between the hog lines is 9 seconds for a hit, 11 seconds for hack weight, 14 seconds for draw. Full length, that's the bottom number, 24 seconds from the hog to stop. And the first interval you'll hear the brushers call out is 3.75 for that perfect draw weight.
It's good.
That weight will change a little bit, Lou, as we move through the game.
And that's why it's difficult, Ray, and the afternoon game was so interesting, because the benefit of a stopwatch that these teams use is to track every piece of ice. The building is different today. There's only 1 sheet in play. You don't have the airflow the same. They're not really sure what the ice maker has done to cool the ice a little bit, maybe expecting a big crowd. So you have to watch every path. Yes, the ice will get a little bit slower as the game progresses, but it's not going to slow necessarily as it did during the week. Evening draws, when this building was packed, we saw the ice drop down maybe a full second on that hog-to-hog draw time. In the afternoon, it didn't have as big an impact. It slowed a little bit, but not as much.
It really has been a terrific surface. It's been very consistent, doing the same things each day. It got a little bit soft last night. Probably the softest I've seen it was last night. But, it's been great all day today.
Well, you both often say that the ice is affected when the sheets are closest to the boards. Here, they keep the play and the sheet is towards the center of the building, so does it stand to reason there's less effect?
Yeah, I think there's obviously more when you're closer to the board. You got more of the heat coming down, so those are the sheets sometimes that are affected more. Absolutely, but we're on sheet C, but I guess maybe sometimes people think maybe we're overreacting to the situation. All we're trying to do is describe it to you, and there's no question the heat and the circulation of air and all those things can affect the surfaces. But it's the knowledge and the ability to make ice of this caliber under these conditions, and it's so consistent now across our country. We'll see great ice at the Briar as well.
It's a science now, isn't it?
It really is. Marvel what they can do, and that's why you see the shot making you see, because the players, the Curdos ask you, just give it to me, and as long as it does the same thing twice,
just clean.
that's all I need to know.
It's good.
Four teams making the playoffs, and in dramatic fashion, Newfoundland Labrador stealing the win against Saskatchewan, so now they await the loser of tonight's game. They'll play in the semifinal tomorrow. The winner goes right through to Sunday's final.
Hey, good. Shot, Kim.
This first end, Suzanne Goody not making any attempts during round robin plays. Sometimes in the first end, she did make a little attempt. If a rock was well placed by the opponent, Suzanne might tap it back. She might not put up the guard that early, but throughout the game, she did make her attempts with the hammer, including putting up corner guards and ignoring stones. And she's had a lot of support, as you can see by the numbers. Rebecca Jean McPhee has been terrific, and it's been a wonderful balance between the rookie skip and Rebecca Jean, who has some experience at the Scott before and quietly gives her a little bit of information.
Yeah, I agree. It really is neat. Rebecca Jean does not say a lot of things. That they're all four of them are very quiet out there, jumping around and talking a lot. But Rebecca Jean, every so often you'll see when the situation gets a little bit complicated, she just steps in and quietly talks to her. But this young skip, and we watched her as a junior and win her worlds, and she just is, she looked great there, and she just getting better and better. It's like that bottle of wine, improving with age. And Colleen, I mean, you could say unbelievable. I mean, she has just played for so many years, and she's just playing so well. And still, I asked her at the very beginning of the round robin, I said, Colleen, you still got the spark? She says, you know, I love it. I love it. And you gotta love it to do what she does.
Hard.
And you know what? She wants it. She wants another one. And you're gonna have to play to beat her, boy, I'll tell you.
I'm just curious, how many bottles of wine do you ever let age?
I buy $1,500 or $1,600 worth at a time. You know? I don't go in and buy one bottle like a little Swiss guy I know. A bottle of Dole, please. Isn't that the Swiss wine, Dole?
There it is, yes. Yep.
It has that. It's kind of a square box with a little tap on it. Good line, though, Victor. Yeah, it doesn't get very old.
No, I was going to say. Here we are, Skip Stones in this first end, PEI with the hammer, Colleen Jones. And that is truly the most remarkable thing about here. We've seen players walk away burned out, but she never has and appears to, Linda, not lose the desire.
She still really wants it, and look at those numbers. And her team, as I said, at the start of the week, she wasn't getting great support from the first three. They'd all admitted to us. She just made big shot after big shot, and she knew the team would recover. You know, these teams, Kim Kelly, she's a former MVP, Nancy, all of them terrific players. So Colleen knew if she hung in there, they'd get back on track, and they certainly did.
The experience of Suzanne Goody at National Juniors, World Juniors is worth something.
Absolutely.
But did you believe it to be worth as much as it has been this week?
No, the transition is difficult. If you look back through the pages of our notes and the history of this game, very few juniors jump into the ranks and dominate. And I can think of Kevin Martin, I can think of Paul Gausso, you know, and there's been a couple. John Morris has made a pretty good transition. But you know, it's like how many junior hockey players jump into the NHL? It's the same kind of thing. You've heard me say that before. But she really is very impressive, and I think it's the small things like we mentioned earlier, her ability to be able to play within herself. Linda, she knows what she wants to do. She's working with an experienced third, and you know the back end works well together, and I think the front end seem to work well together. So it's a great combination. I mean, but there's 2 big games to go. Two games against very experienced players. Kathy Cunningham looked very cool today. Sure, you might say she stole the game. Yes. How many times you see a missed draw to the 12-foot like that, you know? But she hung in. That was the whole point. She stayed there through the whole game. And when you do that, we've all experienced it. We've all lost games that we just cannot believe we lost.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Kim Kelly, Marianne Way
Good calling.
on the brush.
Good shot.
And now she'll roll it
You know, it must be close when it's, oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah.
just past the center line, top edge of the 4, so it'll mean a bigger roll now.
We talked about the 2 teams and how consistent they've been all week. The one nice thing, and Ray's mentioned it too before, is Suzanne and the entire team from PEI can play the up weight, and that rotation Ray talked about. They can add a little rotation, add a little weight, and these peels, these blank attempts are much easier.
Watch the rotation here on her intern. She's the left-hander. And she can throw it big time. She can come downtown with it.
Looking for the blank.
Okay.
Won't get it. PEI missing the opportunity. Suzanne Goody will take a single here in the first. Team Canada will have the hammer when we come back.
Thanks.
The 2003 Scott Tournament of Hearts from Kitchener-Waterloo is brought to you by Nokia, official wireless phone of the Season of Champions. By Ford, built for life in Canada. By Karcher, you'll look for things to clean. And by Robaxaset, helping you walk away from back pain.
Welcome back to this Friday night and this 1-2 page playoff game. PEI forced to take one. Team Canada
Clean.
with the hammer now in 2, and in analyzing the game when you're looking for little things, they were looking for the blank. They didn't get it. They bothered by that, PEI?
Well, they certainly would like the same thing to happen now to Colleen Jones. They would like to force her into a single. Obviously, that first end looked a little tentative. We've seen Suzanne Goody play a lot more aggressively during round robin play. I think they're probably a little nervous tonight. They played it very open, and she wouldn't like the fact that she was forced to a single.
Yeah, I'm surprised when the rock rolled to the 12-foot that she didn't go up and throw up the corner guard with her seconds first stone.
Take a look.
But she just, obviously the game plan, which they probably discussed, was to play the first end and maybe the second end even wide open and clean, and then we certainly see a lot of that. But as I said just a moment ago, I wouldn't get away from what got you there.
Susan McInnes puts up the center line stone. Nancy Delahunt.
Let's wait.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Straight.
Whoa. Whoa.
Linda, can you remember the last time when we got into the page system where we would end up with just 3 East Coast teams left?
My fault.
Newfoundland and Team Canada and PEI.
I can't
Nova
actually.
Scotia.
It's a very good performance by the
great.
Eastern teams this year. We've seen in the past few years at the mixed that a lot of the teams from the East have been very successful, but not so many in 1 year at the Scott Tournament of Hearts.
You know, and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia both just missed mine. Everybody just,
There was a lot.
just missed the tiebreaker by 1 game.
Yeah, there was a lot of teams tied at 5 and 6.
This is a wonderful story, too, when you think about
Look.
Robin McPhee, the second for PEI. Here she is, just 19, still junior eligibility
We're tight.
left.
Yep.
That has been the nice mix on this PEI team, Vic. You've got Susan McInnes at lead with experience. The next player up, Robin McPhee, is the rookie. And you've got Rebecca Jean McPhee with the experience and the Skip, the rookie. So both the front end and back end have a combination of youth and experience that works very well.
We had a little chuckle earlier in the week. Marianne Way really wasn't feeling very well, and you could see just by the way she was playing, but she's Kim Kelly didn't play the last game of the round robin, and Marianne Way stepped in and played third and just laid a nice 88% on the board. So you look through the stat sheet and you see Marianne Way and her percentages at second, position she plays all the time, is respectable, but not what she would be, what she'd like. And then you go down to the thirds, and there she is, right at the top. But it was only the one game, of course. Watch the release. Very, very positive. Good high delivery. Lots of rotation. Just rolls it out of the fingers. Keeps it in the fingers, and that's the trick to a good grip. Keeping it in the fingers.
There is a corner up belonging to Team Canada, covering the edge of the 8-foot.
Of course, PEI was able to choose their rock color. They chose red, and it's obvious when you look at this page why they might do that. Red rocks all week were dominating the win category. PEI chose from sheet B. It had 13 wins out of the games played on that sheet. Sheet A wasn't used, but it also had that very lopsided win-loss record for rocks. Team Canada chose the Yellowstones from B and C. They're allowed to choose from anywhere when we get to the playoffs.
Good shot.
So there are the stones that PEI chose, and you can see that they're throwing right down the list on sheet B, which the shooting percentage of those stones were very good. And that's one of the things I would look for if I was selecting rocks, along with how they felt during round robin play and how the players felt the draws in particular worked during the week.
However, in their 10 wins, they did win 5 with yellow.
They were one of the teams that seemed to be very successful, obviously, with either color of stone. So it's harder probably to pick, Vic, from the array of stones when you've been so successful.
And you know why I think that is, Vic? Is because they do throw with very positive releases. So they didn't get caught as often when the ice got softer.
Okay, so
And I was talking to Dave Merklinger about that. He felt that was absolutely a factor with their consistency, and I agree.
And if you look at Team Canada rock, sheet C yellow had the highest shooting percentage when we talk about not just the wins and losses, but how the teams played the shots.
Line's fine, lot of room. Lot of room.
Whoa.
3 rocks out in front now, and Colleen has an overlap situation on 2 of them to try and draw around that situation.
Both these teams are very positive with their rotation. A little deep for Kim.
Hey. Do you want to throw that? Okay.
Probably like to roll a little bit to the outside.
Hack, soft. Whoa. Soft.
4th appearance at the National Championship for Rebecca Jean McPhee.
Soft. Close. Whoa. Yeah.
First year together for this team out of the Charlottetown Curling Club.
I got it.
She actually tried to get the inside roll. Thought you might try and roll a touch to the outside to see if Colleen would go and hit it.
It's a little less.
But we got room. We've got room.
Kim Kelly with the come around attempt. This is just anything to the top of the 4. It does not need to be frozen on the back one unless the line isn't good. It's just taking a lot longer to move in for them.
She actually did get across the nose just a little bit to lie 1. We'll have the semifinal for you Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific, and it will be either PEI or Team Canada against Newfoundland and Labrador's Kathy Cunningham.
Colleen was shot rock in there. This next draw will tell us a lot about how Suzanne is feeling tonight, because this is a really tough draw. She has to give it the perfect weight to get it to move enough to get to the face of that yellow stone.
Top 4.
Pull if you can. Wait for it. Gotta move. No line.
Top 4.
She set it outside a little bit, Linda. She just got it out there.
T-line. T-line or better. Yep.
No, from there.
Yep, back here. Yep.
The weight was great. She just set that outside.
Her weight. Great weight.
Yeah.
You won't see much more emotion in her face. We've noticed that.
Nice
That's
throw.
about as much as you're going to see, actually.
Thing with the draw is you
Well, Colleen could really come to her here, put it to her here, come around this area here.
Both
She
good
could
shots.
stop right here. She could hit it and try and roll in. Looks like that's what she's going to try and do. Hit that, try and roll over into here.
I don't know. Hit and roll off it or draw top 4.
I like the draw top 4, but it's whatever you like.
I'll draw.
Okay, there's the change. I thought she might just
It's
draw
that
right,
nice 4-2
right into
weight, I
here.
think.
Yeah. Whoa.
Reason for the change, Linda, would be what?
Well, the draw is the superior shot because it blocks the path. If you do hit and roll, you're still going to be further back than if you can just draw to the very top part of the 4-foot. It will really not give Suzanne much to work with.
Make the good draw here, Victor. You can certainly set up the possibility of scoring 3, and that would be a nice jump for this. And this team hits well, and they're hard to come back on.
Lots of line.
Hurry. Hard.
Line's good.
Tim Kelly on the left,
Line's
Marianne Way on the right.
Hard.
Nancy
Just hurry
Delahunt is calling the line.
Hard all the way. Hard. Come on. Hard.
Trying to drag it, 4 foot, try and get it there for a second
That's
shot.
good. That's good. Great shot.
And they do. Nice big brush by Kelly and Way.
I like that too, because even this one, she can't stick it. You know, she can't stick it to do it, right? You have to be on the
That's a
side.
great spot.
She's going to have to come off her own, I think, Linda.
Gosh, I gave you all kinds of weight. Because that was a 68, and that wasn't abundant.
68 and a slowdown too.
Just slow back. What are people laughing at? Just try it. Whatever you want.
Play the out turn, come around.
Okay, let's
She
go.
could come off her own.
You said before, Linda, about her first stone, giving us an indication of how she feels tonight or may be
Line's
playing.
good. Wait on me.
This will give us another indication when
Sure
you've got to
will.
bite the
Line's
button with
close.
your last one.
Yep.
You have to remember that the ice is just a little bit different too in this game, and she hasn't got the experience necessarily to pick it up.
Oh, and it's diving at those center guards. McInnes and Robin McPhee. It crashes in front. And now a chance for 3 for Team
Yeah, she
Canada.
came off
And a
enough.
shaky
Her weight was
start
nice.
for PEI and Suzanne Goody.
She had the weight again, but she just, on that one, didn't take enough ice.
Yeah, I really think she's just struggling with the ice today. It's different than during round robin play, and you have to pick up those differences quickly.
Who's really walked there?
Yeah, sure did.
The one side moving more than the other. Often you will find that during the playoffs. Just the way the pebble breaks down, even you may lose that difference as the game progresses, but sometimes it shows up quickly in the start of the game.
4-time Canadian champion.
Line's great.
She didn't pay for it, she won it.
Hurry. No. Line's great.
Linda talked about how aggressive PEI was with the hammer. They've only allowed one 3-ender all week.
Hurry. Okay, it's just a bit shy, too.
What a break for PEI. They were staring at 3. Team Canada, Colleen Jones, come up light, 2-1. Suzanne Goody, Rebecca Jean McPhee, Robin McPhee, and Susan McInnes, the PEI champions out of the Charlottetown Curling Club. Two to 1, Team Canada. As we go to the third, PEI getting a bit of a break, Ray. Certainly they could have been facing 3.
Halfway.
Is it fair to say shaky start for Suzanne Goody? Is it nerves or is it her lack of adjustment to the ice so far?
Well, in the outturn she threw, she set it outside.
Over a bit.
That was her intern.
Yep.
She just set it outside a little bit, and she had the right weight on it. But you know, I just think I'm not sure it's nerves. You can see. You can see that she threw up the corner guard here. So the game's on.
Line's pretty good. Tight guard. Whoa. Halfway. Line's fine. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
She kind of skipped the end, Vic, a little bit tentatively. So
hard.
the first end.
Hard until it stops. Hurry hard. Oh dear. Right up.
But not now. Here we go.
A little more weight.
And here's her break. That guard did not curl up enough.
Yeah. How much? Yeah. All of it. Throw that. Okay.
If the team could get something set up here, maybe make a good hit and roll, get a couple of good come-arounds, that will really take the pressure off their skip.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Whoa.
It's the kind of thing they do so well with that solid board weight, bumper weight.
Regular.
Marianne Way.
Okay. Yep. Whoa. Give me a call on the weight, you guys, don't forget.
Lots of weight, and there's another break. Puck rolling out.
Yep.
So a couple of guards to work with. PEI with the hammer here in the third.
Robin McPhee is wide in turn. Top of the 8-foot, top of the 4-foot, in behind the guard.
Line only.
Wait.
Line only.
Room. Lots of room. Whoa.
Line only.
Yes. Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa.
T.
Whoa.
2 line.
Shot.
This is the round robin game. Don't forget, these two teams met in the first draw of round robin play. Canada had the hammer in the first end and blanked, and then converted beautifully, Team Canada, and were able to go through and in the extra end take the game 8-7. But after that, Suzanne Goody just looked like she was getting stronger and stronger. Rattled off 10 wins.
Outturn come around. They're looking for the top 4-foot.
Weight's good.
Coming through the hole.
No line.
Whoa, line, whoa.
Whoa. Weight's great. Bad line.
Curl. For hard.
Curl.
Okay.
Perfect weight from Marianne. It just sat. It didn't curl. It didn't break at all for her.
Hey.
Good call here.
What?
Right.
Get this in right here.
Robin McPhee.
Weight's good. Line only.
Oh, lots of room. Lots of room. Whoa. Where?
Gotta go. Top 12.
Robin on 3 of those.
Whoa, no line.
Line only.
Whoa.
5 straight
Take it now. Hard.
PEI championship teams, junior championships. Trying to get into the top 12. Drag it a little bit more, a little more, a little more.
That's good.
And just shy.
It's a good shot, though, Dick. If you're going to miss it any place, you're going to miss it right there. You're not going to go back to the button. You can see Colleen's going to have to play it.
High side. High side.
Very nice shot by Robin McPhee.
Kim Kelly.
Regular.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. No. Whoa. No. Whoa. No. Whoa. Whoa. Watch your roll, man.
Yep.
Try to
I
roll
think
it on.
so.
Yep. Great shot. Great shot, Kim. Shot, Kim.
The NHL on TSN comes your way 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. The New York Rangers on the road in Anaheim.
What a lovely shot. Team Canada made the double, got the front stone off, plus got the back one.
Room. Yeah. 12. Hard.
Quick.
Hard. Guys, hard.
Couldn't save it.
Yep. That's good.
Susan McInnes and Robin McPhee on the brush.
This is a tricky little piece of ice. You're playing right down the 4-foot band, and it's
Where?
straighter
Right
in this
there.
spot, but you still get some finish, so you can't
Line's
give too
okay,
much
guys.
ice, but you have to be
Line's-
ready to
hard
brush
line,
to get by
hard
the guard.
line. Hard line. Hurry line. Quick.
Oh,
Where is
shoot.
it?
We're short.
Whoa. Whoa. Good.
Well, we're on the
Good.
red.
Whoa. Maybe just cover the hole. No.
Just light out of her hand, and then Rebecca Jean was maybe a touch light too, not much. You know, I can see her thinking she doesn't want to go deep on it, so. But when she threw a touch light, it curled more than expected.
Split's
Linda.
not there on those reds, eh?
No.
No.
I think it's just gonna
Bang it.
bang on the yellow, and the yellow's not gonna.
Once again, a golden opportunity. You see how solid these young curlers are on their feet. Great balance.
It's the same.
And
Line's
they
good.
set
Gotta
it
go.
down, and you know.
Line's
it's-
great.
Lots of room.
Reminds you
Yeah,
so much of
yeah.
this example would be the
Yeah.
Howard boys, who are just throw from that balanced delivery and are so solid. They have to get it by here.
Great opportunity. McInnes, McPhee with a brush. Fight top 4. And those stones out in front, Linda, nothing can be cleanly run back.
No, it's a great shot, and that's one of those situations where you gave it to me once and I missed it. Don't give it to me again. I'll make it. And that's exactly what she did.
Nice brushing by Robin and Susan. Look at this. They knew it would break. I talked about the fact it runs straight for a while. There's the finish. Got it by.
Yeah.
Kept bringing it to get the
Exact
extra
same spot I
curl
was thinking.
right to the top of the 4-foot.
Wonderful shot.
Straighter. They stay straight and then they swoop harder.
Right. You know, you
Coffee, we want to be real close to that guard so she can't
Sure.
play a hit and roll off it or anything.
like
Sort of
freeze
corner
up into
freeze.
theirs, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, corner freeze. But yet
Okay.
I don't want to give her a draw either. I need a.
It's going to be hard for her to get in there, though, the other way, really.
Yeah, Colleen's right. If she can just freeze it on the face
Four
of the
two
stone
still, right?
You got
Yeah.
it.
in the rings, it'll make it more difficult for Suzanne to get her extra point, Lou.
Line's great.
Front of the house is
Line's
getting
fine.
pretty covered up now.
Hard line. Line's great. Right to it if you can. Fine. Full 8. Full 8. Full 8.
Colleen
Right
Jones
all the way,
in her
right to it.
first
Full eight.
here in the third.
Hard all the way. Right up. Right up, guys. You got great line.
Kelly and Marianne Way
To it. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
trying to take it right down on the corner if they can.
Great shot, Colleen.
Nice shot. Good shot.
It is a good shot. It's a great display of shot
Actually,
making.
that's a good shot because we can use it. And how does she get another one in, eh? Guess so.
This is an experienced team, and you know the pro side miss is to be a little short. As long as it's partially open, it's a usable stone, and there it is sitting in front of the other one, and now PEI has to decide what to do.
She can come down and just push that over, come off of that one, come down this way here. Kind of just catch this one here.
Just guarding it. Yeah.
Pushing it that way, maybe try and roll into this area here, but she's just going to play a guard, it seems.
The problem with this turn is it hangs straight for a while and breaks so hard. It's coming into the rock so solidly. Just a really tough spot to make that kind of shot.
Tight. It's tight.
Where?
Tight.
Whoa. On
Real
its own.
tight. Top 12.
On its own.
Top 12.
Whoa, on
Tight.
its own. No, never.
Tight.
Never.
It's just tight. Halfway.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're losing line here. Okay. Nice shot.
To fill the hole.
Shot. Good shot.
Which is her better draw for two? I think the out turn. I think this in turn cuts real hard.
Yeah. The out turn looks a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah. They're pretty even, though, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the garden about the same.
That's her in turn over there, though. I wonder. Do you want to guard on the other turn?
Yeah, I suppose I should.
Yeah.
What they were talking about is pretty even, isn't it? The distance from here.
What do you think she's going to play? A draw? Do you think she'd
to
ever
there,
play that red?
And the distance
I think she's
from
going to play
there.
a bump on her red right here. See that
So
red
which
one?
There.
That
No,
little red beside
she
her
could
yellow.
come down this
Okay,
way.
No,
so
this
that's what I
one.
should be guarding then.
And
Not
raise this one here.
Dry.
Well, the wide draw, I mean, we're just what?
No, you're
8
absolutely
foot?
right.
She's got that little bump.
a gimme there, that
Yeah.
You're looking at
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the shot that she'll play if Colleen leaves it
Now,
for
which
her.
way do I want to come at
the
that?
intern's better
Still?
with
Yeah,
that,
it
too.
still is.
I'm not sure I describe it as a gimme as the Team Canada team did, because it's overlapped a little bit, and there's another rock you have to negotiate to
High
get it
guard.
into the 8 foot, but
Go
still it's
high.
the better shot.
But the one thing about
guess you
playing
wanna
this
guard
raise
my
here,
side
Linda,
of it, right?
is that you really
Can't
can't
raise it
do a
on
lot
the
of harm
hand
with
side.
it if you miss it. So I would take that away from her. This wide draw and the one on the other side that we talked about is very difficult to beat out this stone here. We have a few ends like this. Is going to be a lot of fun up here tonight. Another big crowd. What a job Kitchener-Waterloo
You need
has
to get
done.
to that side of it, Nan.
Yeah,
the
we
other
know.
side.
Tri-City
Clean.
area, Vic.
Clean.
Sometimes she doesn't.
Have really
Clean.
supported this
Just-
event.
yep.
Scott,
Just
once
clean,
again,
just
did a
whoa,
fantastic
whoa,
job.
Just tight. Whoa.
We don't line her up either, do we?
Whoa.
Ugh.
What a sponsor they are.
It's all right.
I think.
And that takes it away.
Isn't it lined up to go on our yellow, but it'll go on their red? Okay, let's go. Let's go on yellow to red.
Oops, sorry.
The reason I yell that out, sometimes Nancy doesn't.
Yeah.
No. Let's go yellow.
This is the stone here you have to beat out, so you got to go way out here and try and get to the 8 foot. If you just get it by,
You need the 8 foot.
you need the 8 foot, get it by this one, but not too close because you got to get her by this one.
Linda, how different is the ice out here?
Well, she did play that side of the sheet coming in this direction when when they were trying to make some draws. So she should know the piece of ice as far as speed goes. It's a bit of a guess about the curl to know she can hit the tee line from out there.
Tee. Close. Tee.
That's by.
8 foot.
Line only.
Lots of room.
Okay, we got the
Lots of line.
okay.
Lots of line on its own. Line's good on its own.
It's going to slide here.
And too far. Prince Edward Island will get a single here in the third. We're all even 2-2.
Oh,
The winner goes through to Sunday's final.
Wimpy one.
Great for
They are the defending champions. Colleen Jones, Kim Kelly, Marianne Way, Nancy Delahunt. Team Canada from the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax. Prince Edward Island, Team Canada in this 1-2 playoff game on a Friday night from the Odd in Kitchener-Waterloo. 2-2 as we go to the fourth. Team Canada playing Yellowstones has the hammer.
Yep. Yep, bring it tight.
One of the things we talked about during round robin play that PEI did well is convert. That's get the deuce when they have the hammer. And so far in this game, they haven't been able to do it. That last draw attempt just a little bit too strong.
You think it's still 14-2, Marianne?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she just got caught a little bit. I think she probably thought, well, I got to throw a little bit more weight out here because we're out on the edges, but you don't have to. We saw, this afternoon how they do slide out there, and that one just
Line's great.
kept sliding and sliding.
Tons of line.
She had all kinds of room and the
Where's her
perfect
weight?
line
I
on
need
her.
a little help.
Okay, you're fine for line. A lot of line.
Yeah.
Coming down.
Yeah, go deep if you can.
Not going deep.
No. Hurry.
Hurry, hard.
Hurry, hurry. Hard all the way. Hard. Hard.
Hard, 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 hard.
Okay, good weight, Nan. Sorry.
Newfoundland Labrador, Kathy Cunningham with a steal of 2 in the 10th to advance to tomorrow's semi, and now awaits the loser of this game,
Whoa.
with the winner going right through to Sunday's final.
Yep. Yep. Roll it out.
No.
Nice regular.
Close. Yep. No.
Close.
Kim. Watch it. Yeah, hard, 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 hard.
Nice shot, Nick.
Drop, Nan.
The interesting thing is, that the young PEI team, we knew they would be. We thought at the beginning, there was a number of teams we talked about being around at the end. Of course, Jan Betker we thought would be there, and we talked a little bit about Deb Santos, and we talked a little bit about Barb Spencer, and we definitely talked about this young junior world champion. But the one team we knew would be there
Back to soft.
in the end, someplace, was Colleen Jones.
Clean.
And it's shots like that, little shots that keep testing you. I don't think any of us really realized just how good this young team would be. She scratched off the break and then ran the table.
Yep, lost that opener and then 110. Marianne Way.
No.
Colleen would still prefer to generate her points with hits and rolls rather than have too many rocks in play.
She could ignore that stone, as Linda suggests, and just play the draw around the center guard, but that's not her style. We've seen that a lot.
Just need to take a little less ice, I think.
When it comes to winning, often it comes down to being able to score when you have last rock. And if you look at all the times the two teams had last rock and how many times they got 2 or more when they had the hammer, PEI with the best ratio, 56%. Team Canada did not force the issue that much, down at 36%. Yet PEI did not allow a lot of steals, which often goes along with being aggressive.
Exactly.
So she's done a wonderful job of getting her deuces and not giving up steals. Suzanne Goody has been terrific all week. So
Yep.
far in this game,
Hard, hard,
Team
hard,
Canada
hard.
is doing a better job of the conversion.
Squirt a little bit further and you don't.
What?
You know, the one thing I noticed about Marianne earlier in the week, and it's really funny, I mean, I would never go and
Hard.
say anything to her, but when she wasn't feeling well, Linda, if you went back and took a look at some of the shots that she was, that one really moved on her. She probably threw it inside because she'd been playing well lately. She obviously just came out inside. Didn't look like she did anything with it. Anyway, what I was going to say is that in the earlier part of the week, and just, you know, as the teacher instinct in me, I was kind of trying to analyze her delivery a bit when she was throwing, and she was what we call lazy with the stone a bit. She wasn't getting the stone out in front of her. It was kind of, it was sitting on, you know, kind of over top of it. It was underneath her a bit. In the last 4 or 5 games, she's back to her own style of getting the stone way out in front of her.
Halfway.
Good.
That one, I just don't know why it curled. She obviously
Mine's
slid
good.
out, just slid out
Halfway.
inside.
Don't.
Marianne did miss
Tight.
one game,
A little bit.
Halfway.
as Kim
Yeah,
Kelly
you
did.
can.
She missed the last
Yep.
round robin game last
Hard,
night.
hard, hard.
And I know Linda can tell you the same
That's
thing,
good.
Victor. Sometimes when you're not feeling well and so on and so forth, what goes is your timing. The timing break down a little bit in your delivery. I'm sure hitters say the same thing and pitchers say the same thing. You just don't feel good and you just don't get
No, I
that
can't
rhythm
see
and that,
any.
because there isn't a sport alive that doesn't have the, you know, all the deliveries, the pitch, the swing, whatever it may be, they all have this rhythm to them. And the curling delivery is no different.
And there's nothing worse than the flu because it really drains your energy and you're not driving out of the hack with the same kind of velocity, same balance. Everything seems to go.
And that's kind of what I was saying to, too, is that she just was, we call it lazy with the stone and not getting it out front and just not getting that, looks fine now.
That last guard by PEI was so perfectly placed, there was nothing visible of the shot stone. I'll try and do it again.
Rebecca Jean McPhee.
Halfway.
We've been impressed by Rebecca Jean at the Scots that she skipped at, but
Tight.
Mine's good.
I really
Go
feel that
halfway,
she's,
just for weight.
this team is about
It's
to
a
become
little
something,
tighter.
and she's one of the key
Tight.
factors.
A little bit.
Yep.
Are you
Yep.
surprised, Linda,
Whoa.
that the
good.
combination
Shut
of
up.
Rebecca Jean and Suzanne has worked here this week? I mean, that's all we know, and it works to win the province because they seem to be so similar in their nature. And I would have thought maybe because you've got a young skip who's maybe quiet, you would have the better mix would have been a maybe more outgoing, demonstrative third who would shelter the skip, the rookie skip. But they are so similar.
They are, and it's always interesting to see the mix of personalities. And you're right, Vic, you often need someone on the team that's just a little more outgoing and get the team going. So watch Kim's rock try and come by and not quite do it. But I think on this PEI team, the one, and they're all quiet, but the one that maybe is the most lively is the lead, Susan McInnes. And she maybe guides them a little bit and is a little bit of the cheerleader from the lead position. Whereas when you have a skip that is so quiet, as Suzanne is, Susan provides the oomph. Maybe Rebecca Jean is just needed, Vic, because you don't want too much energy in the house when you've got that quiet skip. And maybe you do need that quiet balance with her. I was talking to Paul Power before the game, and I said, it's really hard when you look at Suzanne to know what she's feeling. Has she changed much over the years in your eyes? And he said, I don't see much difference. The expression has not changed much. She's still very quiet. But yet I sense the confidence that has changed, especially as this week has gone along. So now you say she's quiet, but you have to add the word quiet confidence at the end.
Whoa, if you can.
It's the first for Suzanne Goody, looking to possibly steal here in the fourth of a 2-2 tie.
Whoa, 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 on its own. Nice shot.
Do we think that rock's in or out, Victor? The biter, the little Mike Tyson over there.
Yeah, I think it's out.
You can see a piece.
Ooh. Not so fast, Kowalski.
It's very close. The black line is a part of the rings.
They're trying to trick us down
Yeah,
there.
they are.
Oh. You're killing us, you guys.
Well, Colleen's going to have another look.
I think I'll peel Nance.
Very appreciative crowd.
Is
Well,
the
she-
other one on, Colleen?
What?
Is the other one on?
No, the other one's not on. No.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. It makes a difference. We'll just go push ahead a bit. And if for example, well, if for example she's going to peel it, she peels that. If the other one's on, then you could bring the guard right
Straight here?
half in the 12-foot and half out, because she could make the double, yes, but then the one on the other side would count. So it's kind of an interesting scenario.
Yep. 3. Turn all the way. Turn all the way. Turn.
Your way, Marianne.
Way over.
Good girl.
Yeah.
That.
Nice shot by Colleen, but it's been great execution by this PEI team to put that guard back, and it's not always easy to do a sequence of guards, getting it completely in front of that shot stone.
These huge crowds have just kind of fallen in love with this young lady, and
They have.
What? Going same spot? Yep. Okay.
It's that raised left eyebrow that sort of says, I know something you don't. That little
Yeah, go
sly
on
look.
this one at the end.
I always
for
get
line.
that from you.
Gotta go yep. Line, yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
You gotta get it up. They want it up tight, up very tight.
They need it to curl a lot. It's just going to stop short.
Okay.
Didn't get the line.
Didn't get the line. They wanted it up a lot tighter than that.
Well, Colleen's going to have one more look at that biter, which she says isn't. But if she doesn't stick here, if you're PEI, you're requesting they put a stick to that?
Sure.
Blank.
Yep. Yep.
That was an opportunity that slipped away. You bring that rock right into the top 12-foot, and Colleen has to try the double or draw. If you get it a few feet over, or a foot over, it's going to be forced to draw.
Is that a permanent?
It is, yeah.
It's permanent.
They left her the easier side too,
Whoa,
her favorite
yep,
out-turn
yep.
and an easier way to blank.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Final stone looking for the blank. She
Whoa.
believes.
Is that definitely
Clean.
off?
Colleen Jones.
Clean. Great shot.
And there it is.
What was that?
Is that definitely off?
Well, I didn't look at it. Colleen did.
It looks off from here, but it's off.
Well, they didn't even put the stick to it.
Great shooting, Colleen.
Huh?
Rebecca Jean McPhee agreed with Nancy Delahunt, and so it will be a blank here in 4. We're tied 2-2. Let's meet the two teams throwing lead stones for PEI. Susan McInnes for Team Canada, Nancy Delahunt. The seconds, Robin McPhee, Marianne Way. The thirds, Rebecca Jean McPhee and Kim Kelly. And the two skips, PEI Suzanne Goody from Charlottetown, Team Canada's Colleen Jones from the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax. Kathy Cunningham, Peg Goss, Kathy Kerr, and Heather Martin from Newfoundland Labrador and the St. John's Curling Club. And they're waiting to see who they are going to play after stealing the win against Saskatchewan, either PEI or Team Canada, in the semifinal of this year's Scott. Saturday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, here on TSN, as we welcome
Hard,
you
hard,
back
hard.
to the Odd in Kitchener.
Good sweeping.
Shot.
We go to the fifth after the blank, and Team Canada has the hit.
My name is Nancy Delahunt. I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'm a full-time mom for my 2 children, Jane, who is 10, and Kevin, who has a birthday this week and will be 9.
Fine. Line's fine. Yep. Eats it.
Lots of room,
Line's
guys.
fine. Line's fine.
Way out.
Keep going hard.
Coming now, yep.
Hurry.
Looking for the come around.
Till it stops. Hard.
Hurry, hurry.
Right up. Right till it stops.
Right till it stops. I think it's stopping there.
It stopped.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Susan McGinnis from Charlottetown PEI. I own a retail gift shop, Genuine Order. I have the pleasure of working at home on the family farm also, and I have 3 beautiful girls and a wonderful husband.
Yep.
And Susan wanted us to say hello to Mary Beth and Sue Ellen. I guess we should mention Danny as well.
I would.
Okay.
That would be politically correct, Vic.
Oh. Uh-oh. That guy might not come.
Going for the double.
Coming? All right.
You knew by the groan from Nancy Delahunt she didn't like it.
I think that's enough ice. Yeah. To go this way.
Hi, I'm Robin McPhee. I'm from Prince Edward Island, and I'm a second-year science student at UPEI.
You're a very, very good curler.
Yep. Yep.
Highest shooting percentage on the whole team at 84 after round robin play.
Yep. Hard. 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 Yep. Split them. Okay, that's good.
I wonder how much studying Robin is doing for next week's midterms in biology and chemistry. Probably not very much.
Hi, I'm Marianne Way from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yep.
I'm a massage therapist at the Advanced Wellness
Yep.
Center, and I have a daughter, Lauren.
All right. Hurry. Whoa. Hurry. Whoa. 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 Over, Nance? Over anything? Ooh, not
I'm
much.
glad to say feeling a lot better after missing one of the games earlier this week.
Normal.
Yeah, she really was feeling
Normal.
tough.
Yep.
Chance for a hit and roll for Robin. It's one of those games, though, Ray, we were talking in round robin play, how PEI was sneaking by guards and getting by with the hits and getting the rolls. And so far in this game, just struggling a little bit with the ice. And today, ticking those guards that in round robin play, they would have come around.
Well, in every sport that we watch and we
You can throw a field,
participate in,
Marianne.
Are we playing
get
the
to the
double?
playoffs,
Yeah.
it kind
You
of
don't have to
starts
get
all
that
over.
far. That's all.
How about the other turn?
This way?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
hit that one first.
Oh. Oh. Yep. I think that's what she called first. Hurry.
Hard.
Hurry, 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 quick. Sorry, I broomed you for the intern double.
I don't think she saw the call the first time.
Yeah, okay.
That
I
she
was
wanted
grooming
to
her for
play
the
how
intern
you-
double.
Yeah. Normal.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rebecca J. McPhee from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and I'm a pediatric nurse at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
No, never. We go
Right
the other
off.
way. We roll on.
No.
A little mistake there by Team Canada, not really getting the information on what turn to throw on that shot.
It's good.
Anyway. Okay, what am I doing here?
10 rolling. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kim Kelly from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I'm a pharmacist at the QE2, and I want to say hi to my son Brett and my daughter Madison.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! 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 Yep. Over.
Nice shot, Kim.
Go behind. Normal.
Rebecca Jean McPhee had a good run as a skip. That was back in 1995. PEI went 8-3, but then she lost back-to-back in a tiebreaker, and then in that 3-4 game to be eliminated.
Normal. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Yep. Quick. Hard. Okay.
Just looks like I can't really do much with them.
You know, Linda, we were talking during our dinner.
On the outside, if I want to get rid of them both. Like,
Get the crotch and get them.
Colleen, and why that big gap
It's like I'm just
between
gonna
that
poke her
initial
in,
win
isn't
it? Do you wanna take them
before
both
she
that
finally
way?
put the 3 out of 4 years
Yeah, they will if I
string
hit them
together.
skinny.
And
What?
basically you said, you know
They
what?
will if I hit them, if I hit it thin.
You just want to take the
Team
one?
of hers right now
Okay.
is very good.
You take one, she's
They
coming
are
around the
very,
center.
very good.
You know what,
And they
Colleen?
are technically
one's not
sound. They
on.
are
She
not
come
going to
around?
miss a lot, and that's
What?
they decided. They just decided
Can I
to put
get
this
them
team
both?
together that is technically
Come take a
so
look.
superb.
Okay.
They don't
You have
have
to
to
get the
take a
center
lot
line
of
one
chances.
first.
We see a conservative end being played here as they look at hitting one of these biters. But Kim Kelly, Marianne Way, Nancy
Well, we could
Delahunt
try
have
and
put
if we
together
do
a
that,
package that
get
is
them
just
both, we
about
have to,
unbeatable. And
Hit half
they
of
say,
that?
Yeah,
we're
can
going to
we
play
hit
it
the
open, and
crotch
you
right
make a
here?
mistake, and we'll jump
And
all
get rid of
over
both
it.
of them? I'm just thinking if we hit and sit right there,
They're
she's going to
bouncing,
come
I know.
around, eh?
I know. Well, if the double's there, I don't mind playing it.
It looks hard to play it
On
this
that
way.
side? So right there?
Right in the crotch,
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Just that inside one first, just a little bit. I just need to catch
Peel,
that first
Kim.
one. Middle one.
Yep.
Peel.
Yeah. Peel.
Close. Yep. Hard. Yeah. Hurry. 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 Quick. Good shot.
Very nice.
Did you notice, Victor, that that stone went backwards a little bit?
Yes, it did. It went up.
Well, Vic, we were talking about people that have made the leap from juniors to the Scott Tournament of Hearts, and one, of course, was Julie Sutton, who won the World Juniors in '88 and the Scott Tournament of Hearts in '91. There have been a few women that have done a good job at that.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Goody, and I'm from Summerside, PEI, and I'm a third-year business student at the University of Prince Edward Island.
Yeah. Line only.
Two others that come to mind. Julie, of course, skipped. But Kim Gallard, World Junior Champ in '94, Scott winner in '96. Heather Godberson, World Juniors in '96, Scott in '98. So fairly quickly they did move up. Now Kim and Heather did play third on the Scott teams.
And you see a lot of that. Think about Wayne Madaw, for example, with a great junior career. And Peter Corner played on the front ends of strong teams.
I think it's just 4 or 4-2.
Drag a 4-2.
Nice come around there, a little deep, but got it covered.
4-2 back there?
Yeah, she just threw 3.6. So, same should be good.
I think if you throw the same you've been throwing all week, you're good.
Yeah. Pair last, Nance. Thanks.
I'm Colleen Jones from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I do weather and sports for CBC News Morning. And also I have my husband Scott, and my kids are Zach and Luke. And I have 2 cats and now 2 dogs, Brutus and Bruno.
Where is it?
Full eight, full eight.
It's
Full eight. Hard.
T9. Okay, T's great.
Hard. Whoa.
Just
Can
leave
we
it on the
leave it?
tee.
Whoa, no bounce.
Just leave it on the tee.
Whoa, whoa,
Sit, 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 sit.
whoa.
Great shot, Colleen.
Sorry, we didn't need to sweep it that much. I thought we were sweeping for line there for a while.
Nice weight.
Forces Suzanne to come down and sit on top of it.
Same thing. Okay.
The offense of PEI against the defensive nature of Team Canada. 3 out of 4 championships belong to this lady in the last 4 years. Do we say defense wins championships? Is she a proof of the adage?
Well, if you'd said it in the last 3 years, you might
Line's good.
have to accept that. I mean, she certainly is a defensive conscious, but she knows how to play offense. She just she waits and she prefers
Line's great. Yep.
a certain style. We saw her play a corner guard earlier,
Just to it.
but she kind of waits for you to make a mistake. And here's a mistake right here that Suzanne made with her first one coming deep.
Oh, terrific. Very good rushing.
It's a good shot, but you can score 2 here, Victor.
Squeeze it out.
Well, you just have to touch it over. You just have to make contact with it and move it over about 8 inches. And the other thing, too, is if you wanted to play it with a little bit more weight, I think it's lined up. We'll see in a moment, Linda. And so that you're going to jam and save the middle yellow one. Just needed to get it back a little further.
Yeah, I do think you could, as long as you play to make sure you hit and roll to there.
Exactly.
You could just come down and just touch it over. I think there's about 6 inches between them. Or you could play it with light hack weight.
Play just about
Or-
any
or-
weight at it, really. I don't
or
think
even
this
more
guy's
weight.
going anywhere.
It's one of those things I mentioned. I
I'd
call it a
rather throw
sandwich.
hack
The
or
bread of the
something. Yeah, you
sandwich
could throw
you can
hack, sure.
move. The filling of the sandwich won't go, and that's the yellow rock being the filling. So you
But I
can
think
move
the
that red
advantage of
one.
board is we're
It's going
get
to spin off of that guy, and this
Yeah.
guy's not going to go anywhere. I think you have a few more options
Yeah.
with a little more weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm just going to throw my regular
Go ahead. I
and
think
play a
that's
hit
fine.
and roll.
I think that's fine.
Linda's right.
I think that's
This
super.
stone is going nowhere. It is going
Just make sure we hit
nowhere.
a
So
square 3/4 of that rock.
Right on. Okay, looks great.
hit that with normal weight. Try to roll the shooter over here and hold it.
Are we 5 minutes for the last half game?
There, this is definitely going this way
Well,
here.
we need to get a good
This is going to come and go here.
rub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get the spin.
You could score
So
2.
what way do you throw?
What?
What way do you throw?
I'm going to throw. Nance, I'm going to throw a little less than my regular.
Okay, good.
Skipper.
She still like the ice?
What? Yeah.
PEI put the first
I'm
rock
just
deep,
wondering
which
if
isn't
that- if
terrible if you
it
want to
might
force a
squirt the
single. But if
yellow
you're
out
going to
if
do
we
it,
what?
your
Yellow to
next
nose
one,
on.
the
Yeah.
last one they
Yeah.
threw, has to be in
My fear
perfect
is that
spot.
the red's going to stick around too.
The red's on the
key
wrong
is
side of the
all
yellow.
I'm playing is a hit and a roll, basically. Like guarantee the 1 and the 2's the bonus.
Okay, sounds good.
And this is her favorite shot. The out turn hit.
So Suzanne needed to be to that yellow one, even if she jiggled them a bit, sat on the face, moved the other red one out from behind it. That all would have been
No, sorry,
better
not
than
ready.
what happened.
Final stone here in 5
Yep.
of a 2-2 tie.
Whoa! Whoa!
Careful.
Whoa!
Wants the sure one, the hit and the roll.
Yeah!
Got a
2
good
would
looking
be a
shot.
bonus
Yeah! Hard!
by the guard.
Nice.
And roll it. And that's the way. Squeezed it out and got her deuce.
You're so right.
Nice shot, Paul. Right?
Had a couple of baseball plays here. She had the balk to start, and now we got the squeeze play.
Yep!
Mistake by PEI, really. Maybe a little inexperience showing that they couldn't leave the rocks lined up like that. The yellow was going nowhere. Their red could be squeezed out. You're absolutely right, Vic, and there it is for 2.
So she has the lead, 4-2. as we go to the
No, it couldn't.
fifth end stretch.
Pounded it. It couldn't show it. No. It was perfect weight to play that shot. Yeah, great shot.
We're in Kitchener for this year's Scott Tournament of Hearts, and at the break, it's 4-2. Team Canada leading Prince Edward Island. Next year's Scott Tournament of Hearts will be in Red Deer. Looking forward to going back there and hooking up with the volunteer crew of Al Riddell, who's the chairman of the organizing committee. Have to tell you, we have a great history. Ray and I, the first event we ever did together, or one of the first, that opening year of 1986, was the Canadian Juniors at the Red Deer Curling Club. And we've been back before. Of course, the Brier was there in '94. It is one of our favorite cities.
I'll tell you, Red Deer is curling crazy, and Central Alberta is just outstanding. We have so many volunteers and so many great curling fans in that area. So, you know, '86, the Canadian Juniors was outstanding, and we've had a lot of great events. We're looking forward to 2004.
And that really is a key to it, isn't it, on who you can draw when you consider you're midway between Calgary, South, Edmonton, North, and then, of course, Saskatchewan to the east.
Exactly. I mean, you think of our location in Central Alberta, and not only Edmonton and Calgary. I mean, we're going to draw an awful lot of fans from that area, but certainly from around the rural area, the Central Alberta curling clubs. I mean, there's a ton of clubs in that area, and everybody seems to curl in those smaller communities.
Well, we're looking forward to returning and meeting with all your volunteers at the Scott next year in Red Deer. The best of luck to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And it's one of the nicest buildings, the Centrium in Red Deer. There is the number to call for the 2004 Scott Tournament of Hearts. What a week it's been for Prince Edward Island. Suzanne Goody, Rebecca Jean McPhee, Robin McPhee, and Susan McInnes. Leading the standings at 10-1. It's the big prize in this year's Ford Hot Shots, the beautiful Ford-focused ZX5 in the 9th annual Ford Hot Shots here at the Scott Tournament of Hearts. The winner also receiving a Nokia 6110 World Phone. Second and third prizes, RCA televisions. It's all about the shots in the Ford Hot Shots. 6 of them. You make them, score up to 5 points a shot, and you could drive home in that beautiful Ford Focus. And it came down to PEI against Alberta. The rookie skip, the former Canadian junior and world junior champion, Suzanne Goody, against Alberta second, Brenda Bomer. Suzanne Goody, trying the takeout, looking for the 5 points. Catch any piece of the button, score your 5. All on its own now. Would it roll too far? No! 5 points for Goody, as she would go on to win it, scoring 21 out of a possible 30 points. Second place to Brenda Bomer. Third place to BC third, Terry Pfister. The Ford Focus goes to the rookie skip here in this year's Scott Tournament of Hearts. Suzanne Goody with her focus on the Ford.
The 2003 Scott Tournament of Hearts from Kitchener-Waterloo is brought to you by White Swan paper towel, bathroom tissue, and napkins, all in the family.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. It is the 1-2 page playoff game. The winner moving through to Sunday's final. The loser will face Newfoundland and Labrador in tomorrow's semi-final, which you'll see here on TSN. 4-2, Team Canada leading. PEI playing Redstones has the hammer here in the 6th.
Well, over the years, Linda, Colleen has shown us that you make a mistake and she'll pounce on you. And the mistake came with Suzanne Goody's first stone. She could, going around that corner guard, you don't have last rock. You cannot be behind the tee line. You just set up the situation. And so Colleen got it down on top, and Suzanne made a great attempt to try and, you know, to get the freeze, but left a little short, and the jam was there, and she saw it quickly and threw that solid weight, and 2 points, because the back one was the middle one, as you mentioned. The sandwich was going nowhere, the middle of the sandwich.
I really do think that freeze, the series of freezes, is maybe misunderstood the most by skips. You have to either set up the rocks differently or move the frozen rock out of the way, so Colleen didn't have that easier shot. Now, easier. I didn't say it was easy, but she always seems to make those big shots.
Yep.
Well, she's the leading skip here. She makes more shots than
Good.
every
Clean.
skip here.
Nice
So
shot, Marianne.
a higher percentage of shots. So.
Let's check the numbers after 5, and they're brought to you by True Value Hardware. Help is just around the corner.
You know, both teams have had their chances and had a little bit of trouble with draw weight. The hit percentages are high, but it's been opportunities. Team Canada taking full advantage. And Vic, it seems very appropriate. This is the 1-2 playoff game, because right now it's gone 1 for PEI, 2 for Team Canada. Back and forth. Colleen Jones setting up with the hammer and getting her deuces. And exactly what I said Suzanne Goody was doing so well during round robin play.
Right top of it. Just 4 foot back 4. No, 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 no.
No bounce.
Great shot, Rob. Good.
And right down on the face.
Regular.
Regular?
Now, the Team Canada can throw the weight up as well, but not to the same kind of weight that the young PEI team can. Marianne can throw it pretty well, but she's going to hit it on the wrong side, and there's the jam.
It's a little firmer, eh?
Team Canada is not going to take any chances right now. Things are going pretty well for them. They made sure they got rid of the backing on that red stone. They're going to force PEI to make a series of good shots here if they want to get there too.
Top 8 foot would be perfect here. See how solid Robin is in the hack.
Top house. Oh, lots of room. Just
Great
for weight.
balance coming out.
Whoa,
Good positive
no
release.
Line. Where? Top 12, top 8. No line.
Like the 8 foot.
Yep.
Here it comes now.
Yep. Harder. Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
Pretty close for a second shot.
The double's there, but you're going to jam it, I think.
Side of it, though, so we don't jam the back.
High enough, though.
High enough.
Can you get here?
You can maybe get to the right side.
Get there?
Across the
Yeah.
face.
I'm just a little afraid that the other way might jam there.
Yeah.
It is prettier to hit it on my side.
Okay. You there?
I do.
Enough for the hit and roll?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She gets across the face, and she thinks she can.
Just regular.
Yeah.
She can make the double without jamming and get the roll.
Those draws just are not breaking down the 4-foot band.
Close.
Kim Kelly.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. No. Whoa. No.
Trying to get across
Girl.
the face.
Please. Yep, 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 yep.
There it is, across and by. Got it. Look at this.
Get it. Get out.
Sorry, we didn't have our brooms ready when she said yeah.
It just curled a little too much.
Did it stay on
We're
there?
1-2, but it stayed on.
You like that, Susan? Yeah. It's all right. That front one's not going
Pretty
anywhere.
nice shot.
I know. I knew how to do that.
Kim Kelly has been the MVP of the Scott in the past, so she's comes up big at the right times. That was a great shot.
T-line, hard. Top 4. Hard, guys. Backy. Hard.
Whoa.
They were trying the freeze, and this one's going to over curl. Just so far, one of those days where the first one didn't curl enough, and that one over curled the spot.
Same weight?
Hit and fly, even.
Trying to throw the same weight or just half?
Same weight's fine.
Because you don't even have to stick around, really.
Same weight.
Okay.
Just as soon roll it out of there.
The thought being, Linda, if the stone remains, it helps PEI.
It is a
Could be a little
more.
pocket at the back,
Watch
which
out,
definitely
Phil.
would
Just
help
down a bit.
PEI. The first shot she threw, the roll they got behind the red stone really blocks that path for PEI.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a great shot, Kim.
And it will hang around back edge of the yard.
Good shooting by Kimberly. Yeah.
Where was that one?
Just a freeze here on the center line side. Freeze onto the outside stone on the center line side. In turn for Rebecca Jean.
Weight's the same.
Room. Mine's good.
Mine's great. To it.
Weight's there. Right to it.
Mine's good. Make sure.
Yep. Line's perfect. Yep. Hard. Hard.
You don't want to bounce it too far.
Hard. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, that's a great shot.
Good judging by Susan McInnes and Robin McPhee.
That is going nowhere.
Nose hit it. Really tough to leave
Yeah,
that
it would
right
be hard
behind
to
it.
make it line them up.
Easier to do
Yeah.
this, yeah.
But when you look back to the last end, how many times have we seen that lady throw an out-turn hit and throw it perfectly?
Yeah, she just threw it perfectly. The perfect weight, everything. You're not going to trick her very often, are you, Linda?
No, you're not.
And that 2 has her and Team Canada in front. 4-2 as we play in 6.
Right up to it.
Nice shot by Rebecca Jean McPhee to force Colleen to play a freeze here. So she's got to make a good freeze, or
Yep. Weight's good. Weight's there.
they can get their two back.
Got room. Line only. Yeah. Got room. Over the line. Yeah, nice. Hard. Hard.
Now it's up to Kim Kelly and Marianne Way.
Okay, but we can stay shot, right?
Yeah.
And this one will over curl.
Okay, sit down.
Nice
Okay,
weight.
Colleen, it's not bad.
To stay shot, why not?
I'm just so impressed with Colleen this year. If you look, first of all, I mentioned her draws this year, 84%, top amongst the skips. Previous best in that category was 78. She's just so much better this year on her draws. Career draws quite low. Overall this year, 82%, previous best 81%, and career 73%. And she has been #1 this year amongst the skips, no question about it.
You can hit this stone right on the nose.
Get the roll your way, Robin.
Right on the nose here, like this. And this is going to go. This is going to go. And this may come right across here, and that could go.
Normal. Hey. Whoa. Heel. Yeah.
Almost the same kind of squeeze play we saw in the 5th for Team Canada.
Go hard. Go roll.
Right on the nose.
That's fine.
And then her catcher at the back saves her.
No, but she curled too much, Vic. She had to hit it right on the nose. You hit.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay, do it fine.
I think that's
We threw your pick here.
What a week.
Yeah.
When you consider you lose your first.
And that is an impressive list of wins, but it's just not the same Suzanne today. And there's lots of reasons why things didn't start off very well in the game. She seemed a little nervous. She doesn't seem to have the feel, but that time she was just straight inside.
I know that.
And she had a golden opportunity there. Those 3 stones are going, and you're going to be line 2, and it's going to bring that back one into play,
Well, I have to make
maybe.
it out.
Because you could always,
I
if you
see
get
what
a
you're saying,
chance,
but
you
if
could
you
always run the
roll-
front one back.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay.
You know, there's a lot at stake in this game, this 1-2 game. This takes you right to the final. The winner of this game goes right to the final. The loser has the insurance situation where they have another game left. They're not out. They will play
Clean.
Kathy Cunningham
Clean.
tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Clean. Hurry. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Clean's good. Clean's good. Clean's good. Great throw.
Nice shot. shot, Colleen.
Just 3 little hiccups for Team Canada.
no.
Colleen Jones.
Losing to Ann Dunn and Nancy McConaughey. Kathy Cunningham.
Yes, holding them to 1.
Absolutely perfect.
Hang in there an end at a time.
This end would be a big disappointment to Suzanne. That was a great chance to set up the deuce with her first rock, and now she's facing 3. Needs to hit 8 foot.
T-line.
Got to
All
keep,
yours, T-line.
got
No
to keep
backing.
these clean now a little bit.
No backing. T-line. Going hard. Yep.
He almost lost that.
It started to quickly die when it made its move.
Slide path. We talk about it all the time.
Suzanne Goody gets her single here in 6. Team Canada has the lead. And the
No,
hammer.
I watched her throw that one, so.
The 2003 Scott Tournament of Hearts from Kitchener-Waterloo is brought to you by Karcher. You'll look for things to clean. By Nokia, official wireless phone of the Season of Champions. And by Ford, built for life in Canada.
Team Canada with the lead by 1 as we go to the 7th. How big an opportunity, and did she miss Suzanne Goody there in the 6th?
That's a huge opportunity missed. It was set up, Vic. You're down to skips, rocks, and you've got the deuce set up. It's a chance to tie the game. It's a chance for Suzanne to get some momentum back.
Nice
wow,
throw,
that
Nance.
was a
Sorry, I
big
didn't narrow up
miss.
enough.
Yeah, when you go back to two,
Yeah,
it's a nose hit is all it was. If you hit it on the nose, you're going to squirt the other red one over. You're going to lie 2. It's going to be a very tough double for Colleen.
Yep.
So the 2 was definitely there. Just curled a little too much on her. She felt she threw it well. You heard her say that she had threw it pretty well, and they all agreed it just curled on her.
Normal. Yep.
Colleen Jones is tough to beat.
That's good. That's good.
The last 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Ray, you started the game talking about rotation, 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 and so far for PEI, the problem has been lack of location, location, location. Their stones just haven't been in the right spots.
No.
In the second end, Colleen set up some good stones, but PEI could get out of it. In the 5th end, one mistake, Colleen got in there, and PEI made a second mistake that let her have her deuce. You just can't do that against this lady.
Should be working in real estate. Location is everything.
Location.
Well, you saw that Susan McInnes had brought her numbers up. Robin McPhee, her numbers are up over a tremendous round robin.
That's right, and that's why it's a little discouraging too, Vic. The rocks have been placed pretty well by the front 3, and Suzanne is just outright struggling.
Good shot.
Raise to the top 8. Shows a little corner.
Well, the one thing you do know is that this young skip knows how to play offense, and at this point she needs offense too. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of our viewers are saying, well, she's only down 1, and that's right. But when you're playing a team that plays as well as this Team Canada, at one point sometimes seems like a monster. But there's the jam they're looking for, so they can overlap a guard here. There's a long way to go.
Be nice to get Colleen out of her rhythm, even if it's just to force the single, to get Colleen out of the way she's playing, which is so comfortable and confident.
Halfway
and
to tie.
everything seems to be working when she wants it to work.
Line's fine on its own.
It's tight. Probably to it.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Kiss it.
Okay, very good.
And they wanted to overlap that.
Marianne Way.
Now a good run back can really turn this end around.
Yep.
Well, yep.
Hurry.
Hard.
Hurry. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Just
Good
like
shot.
that.
There's something about the air
Good pro side to
of
call
a
it,
champion.
so it doesn't come up.
Something about the
Normal.
walk with confidence. It's not arrogance, it's just confidence. There's a certain strut, and Colleen has it. Has it tonight. Even if she was maybe struggling a little bit, she has something.
But you know, Vic, what Colleen knows is that the round robin is strictly a way to get yourself here. And once she's in the playoffs, she is very, very tough to beat.
Hard. It's good.
Just a few little things.
Okay, it's tempting to draw.
This is Colleen. This is Colleen now. A lot of teams would really push the button here and go around. And you heard Kim Kelly say, you know, it's tempting to draw, and it is tempting to draw, and most teams would be drawing here. You've got Last Rock, you've got the team on the run a little bit. But this is what style of game that she likes, and she doesn't like
Whoa.
those rocks in play.
Good, Cam. Nice throw.
Is it her belief that one is enough? A 1-point lead is enough? She's got the hammer and 1 point.
Well, right now, 1 point in the hammer is enough because the other team's making enough mistakes. If Colleen saw that it was back and forth a little more, maybe she would push the button and go for it. But right now, she's getting the mistakes and isn't having to take the big chances.
So here's an opportunity then now to get around with Rebecca Jean Stone to the top of the 4-foot.
Yep.
Line's real tight.
T-line. Whoa. T. Just for line.
Line's
For line. Line only.
Needed to move. She's got the weight.
Close, yep.
Yep. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, right back, right back, right back.
Shot.
Good.
Perfect weight. It just
Same
didn't,
weight that you
didn't
just
break.
threw. Okay. Just so that not too big regular.
Not too big regular.
Kind of regular, nice regular?
Not
Yeah,
too-
it was nice regular.
Okay.
Not too big regular. Just nice regular.
Yep, close. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, sorry. Whoa, whoa. Yep, way over. Hard. Way over. Hard. Way over.
Right over.
Right behind. Go, go, go. See, nice regular.
That's nice regular.
You'll have a chance to relive Canada's Olympic hockey gold medal this Sunday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, when Wayne Gretzky sits down with Dave Hodge to talk about his Olympic reflections, followed immediately by Nashville and Toronto here on TSN.
You can get the roll, Susan.
Okay.
And there's a picture right there of what's been going wrong.
That's telling, isn't it?
Yep. Hard.
Oh. Clean. Roll your license.
What you said earlier, Ray, about Colleen, you know, she had an opportunity to go behind, instead she cleared off the guard. That lack of killer instinct, or that lack of going for the throat of the other team, really hasn't hurt her when you look at her record.
No. Goodness, no. I mean, it certainly hasn't. You know, she stays within her comfort zone.
The roll this way or
roll way over?
Stays within her,
Okay.
her comfort zone. And
Although certainly that other roll looks easier.
Limited ring
And sometimes
action,
I think Vic, that she knows when another team is struggling. Look at the great numbers again tonight for Colleen. So she knows that she's not going to give them the chance to get back in it. You can put rocks in play, and the other team can actually gain a little confidence. She's got them where she wants them. Wide open play, full control of this game in her mind.
And a chance for a roll here, Linda, to maybe get a deuce and really put a...
No,
no.
no, okay.
It's not going to roll.
Good sweep.
He's higher now.
But how many games have we seen over the last 17 years with Colleen? And we've been there for almost every one of her
Fine throw.
trips, not the early ones in the early 80s, but and especially of late, where she does, even in the round robin, she takes games down to last rock and one up coming home and one down coming home. And she doesn't feel it's necessary for her to pounce on and to really beat up on anybody. So she plays that way because that's the way she's comfortable.
Wait,
Be great if Suzanne could get a big shot here. No matter what happens in this game, it's good to get back a little confidence.
Roll it over. Make her come get you. Roll it over and sit T-line, edge of the button, and tuck a piece behind.
There's a really good look at what rotation can do for you. I'll show you this again, and you can just see that. And just see how much action she's got on the stone as it goes over.
We'll let her look at it. If she doesn't say it, we won't ask her to do it.
That's a great shot by Suzanne.
Here's another look at it. See the rotation on the handle? That's how she throws. That's her delivery. And when it makes the contact, you get that nice action, and it comes off. She gets the roll right across. The brushers are in perfect position and forces Colleen to play down to the face.
Yeah, there is an explosion off the stone.
Okay.
The PEI team should really talk to Suzanne in the break, no matter what happens here, and really tell her how well she threw that rock. That wasn't an easy shot. You got to give your skip a little boost now. Now that she's made the good shot, no matter what happens, try to turn it around in these last few ends.
Clean all the way. Make sure you've got the weight to move it.
Got the weight to move it.
Yeah, go. Fine.
Shot.
Great
They
shot.
have to wait.
One yellow.
If you wait for Colleen to miss, you could be as old as me.
Great shot,
No, not
Colleen.
bad.
Glad you tightened up. It's just not coming.
Team Canada gets one. They have a 2-point lead through 7.
Good throw.
Newfoundland Labrador, winner of the quarterfinal today over Saskatchewan, stealing it with 2 and 10. So Kathy Cunningham awaiting the loser of this game to see who she'll play in the semifinal. The winner gets that pass right to Sunday's final. And we'll have it for you Saturday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the semifinal from the Odd here in Kitchener. 5-3. Team Canada leading as we go to the 8th. Prince Edward Island playing the Red Stones has the hammer.
But if you look at the positive side of things in your PEI, you just made Colleen make a very good shot and take just a single.
That's good there.
So now time to build up an end. You got to break the first rock of the end for Team Canada in the back of the rings. That's usable. Now the corner guard goes up.
Nancy Delahunt.
Line's gonna have to go for line. Wait only. Wait only. Hurry line. Wait only. Whoa. It's got lots?
Yeah, it does.
Line's great. 8 foot. Line's great.
Actually, it's 8 foot.
It's 8
Okay, go.
on its own.
Yeah, try to bury it
On
now.
its own.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Hurry.
Shot.
Nice shot.
The player comparisons are brought to you by Nokia, the official wireless phone of the Season of Champions.
It's never easy to outcurl Nancy Delahunt, but Susan McKenna is doing a great job at 91%. And if the team wants to come back, it's the lead position that's going to set up the comeback, putting up the guards and making the come-arounds.
Yep.
They want it right up to the face of it, as far as it'll go.
It's good.
What a great shot that is. Look at the angle she got, the perfect freeze. Absolutely perfect.
Come on, the guard. I mean,
She's at 91% now.
Oh, peel the guard.
I'm thinking peel.
Now she's at 94. That's a bonus, that baby.
Susan McInnes, who skipped a team
The other turn a little safer.
at the 96, Scott.
Oh. Yep. Hurry. Go, Nance. Got it. Good shot.
You sort of have to look twice because you keep thinking the scoreboard says Team Canada leading. Look at Robin McPhee, 95%, and Marianne not having one of those good games.
This is another good call by the young skip. She's going to freeze down to the back one. Freeze down to that Yellowstone that's sitting at the 6:30, 7 o'clock position in the 8-foot. Back 8-foot.
Wait there. Line only.
Gotta go. Yep. Wait.
Make the good freeze here. You can force Colleen to make a play.
Need that.
Yep. Hey.
We're just top house.
Yep. Wait. Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Yep. Hard, 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 hard.
I think maybe she's just not taking enough ice on that one turn. We saw right from the beginning of the game, it's really moving in that spot. And she's overcurled almost everything in that particular turn.
That stone, they wanted that back on the face of the Yellowstone.
Control. Yep.
Get over to that other side of the line, though.
Hurry.
It's not coming over.
Yep.
Will.
Hard.
We run.
Hard. Hurry. Hurry quick. Hard all the way.
Kelly and Dillahunt. Big brush. Get it by. They did.
Great shot.
And they got away with the jam at the back.
No, you're right, Kim.
Tell her that's, you guys, tell her that's nice regular, too.
Okay.
Yep.
They're just making everything on you.
What are you playing? This one?
Normal. Quiet.
Normal.
Just a second. You want to just throw this? Just something to rattle them around. We don't want to lose our shooter. We don't want to lose that red one.
Like this?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like that better.
Good point that Rebecca Jean made. You got to make sure that both the red stones are in the rings. The yellow will go. Just gonna play it quieter.
Soft.
Whoa. Soft.
Straight up.
Come on.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh. How do I get this guy in?
Just pick it out through the hole.
Oh, Nancy?
No, but just anything on my side. It can't jam on the one on Marianne's side.
What?
Oh, I
It
guess
can.
it could. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry.
You could. All right, sure.
That last
if we
stone
take the
acted
one in
pretty
the center?
funny.
You know what?
tonight.
I'm going through the hole.
It just
turn do
didn't
you
come.
want?
I think Robin maybe put it a little inside, outside, and that center line spot's tough. Once you're over center, I think you'll be okay.
No.
Close.
No.
Close.
Whoa. Girl.
Very straight right in this spot.
Punch it through.
Straight out. Straight out.
Good, I mean.
Good shot, Kim.
And right out.
Well, they're getting away with that. Got away with that one a little bit.
Great battle at third. Although Kim hasn't had very good draws, she wouldn't be happy with that number. The overall
Nice shot.
total of 80% is very nice, and
I kind of backed
it's
her
just
up
been
a little,
for
thinking I
Rebecca
don't want it
Jean
to overcurl, and it
the
almost
wrong
undercurled.
shots, and we talk about that so much. Good numbers, but the timing of when you miss, that's what's hurt them.
Freeze them. Mine's just.
Yep.
Gotta go. Top four.
Yep.
Mine's good. Make sure. Hard for line. Top four. Hard. T.
Hard.
Quick for line.
Okay.
Perfect weight over curling.
Great weight. like the other turn.
We know
Okay,
this.
all right.
Regular. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Hurry.
Hurry quick. Hard all the way.
Hurry.
Hard.
Hurry, guys.
Hurry
Right
quick.
Got it.
Yeah, still sort of the down
Same.
regular.
Same weight?
Yep. Let's go, Les. A little more.
Weight was perfect, just curled a little too much.
Rebecca Jean McPhee.
I got less. Toppy!
Yep.
Hard then. Line's great. Line's better this time.
Hard.
Toppy! Quick! Toppy!
Hard.
Hard! Quick!
Suzanne Goody out now
Line's
to
great. Hard!
help trying to
Little further
take it right
hard.
down.
Good sweeping, guys.
There's the Newfoundland Labrador
It's just a pick.
champion. Can't even stay away. Waiting to see who she will play. With a chocolate in her mouth.
And you can never hide.
No. And the rest of the team from the St. John's Curling Club. They will play the loser of this one in the semifinal tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
She was just about to enjoy that chocolate. Now she'll be afraid to eat it at all. She can zero in, can't she? She is so focused.
Hurry! Hard! Hurry, hurry, quick! Right up! Hard! Hard, 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 hard!
I want to jam it.
Or the nose. Nose is great. Yeah. How about nose?
And this has been the problem. Suzanne Goody, whether it's nerves, the pressure of the event, she has just not performed tonight as we have seen during those wonderful 10 wins during round robin play. And Colleen doing her usual, pretty good on the draws and just about flawless on the hits.
So at every position, PEI out curling Team Canada except at skip.
And what is it we say, Victor? It's a last rock game. We saw that in the semifinal in the 3-4 game.
Normal. Yep. Yep.
Clean.
Clean.
Whoa.
Just clean.
Suzanne will try and get the blank here now.
Good shot. Middle.
Nice throw.
Thanks.
Keep it clean.
And that's about all they ever say.
That's a full conversation.
Absolutely. Coming up at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, we'll head to the pond. Anaheim, home to the New York Rangers, the NHL on TSN.
I like that kind of scenario on the ice, though, and they only speak
Regular.
when
No.
you know there are
Clean.
important things to speak about.
Clean, clean, clean.
There's no time out there for chit chat, all that kind of.
Okay, well,
I play with lots of guys that just chatter away,
good girl.
just to drive me
enough.
crazy.
Good shot. That was a bad throw, but.
So a chance to just throw it through for PEI. Suzanne Goody. Trying to carry the hammer through to 9, down by 2. Team Canada.
I just threw her on to the chip like
Some familiar faces will be at this year's Nokia Brier in Halifax.
What a
You like
field.
this field?
Oh. What a segment. I think it's fantastic, Victor. Look at the
It
champions.
is.
Randy Furby, of course, is probably the favorite going in. But look at the names. Pat Ryan, Russ Howard, Brad Gushu, the junior, Scott Henderson, Mark Dacey, your man, Guy Hemmings, that guy Guy.
And Mark Dacey and Nova Scotia will play Alberta. The defending champions are back, and we'll have it for you when our coverage begins Saturday, March 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Your favorite two guys, huffing and a puffing.
Huffing and puffing at the front end. So the blank in 8 means we'll go to the 9th. PEI with the hammer and down by 2.
Whoa, whoa, it's not the weight. Weight's fine. Weight's fine. Good girl.
It's just a really big difference between getting your deuce and tying the game in 8, maybe being able to force a single in 9 and coming home with your PEI, and now being stuck in the 9th end and looking to generate those 2 points and having to really mix it up in 10.
It's too easy to say,
Halfway.
but after you win 10 straight,
Halfway.
and you've played as well as Suzanne Goody has, she's due for a letdown, due for a poorer game.
I don't think that's what this is, though, Vic. I understand what you're saying, and often people say, I don't want to go through a round robin without a loss, or sometimes losses at a certain time are better.
I like it.
I just think that this is a different situation. She was able to roll along during round robin play with all the other games around her, focused very well and played very well, and now she's facing Nancy, Marianne, Kim, and Colleen in a situation where these girls are comfortable, and it's new for her, and she just seems a little outside her comfort zone, if we can keep using that word.
Just top 12.
Now, Suzanne has worked with a mental trainer in PEI, and she'll probably try to contact them after this game and have a little chat, because she just doesn't look comfortable.
Intimidated, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think, you know, partially what Linda is saying is absolutely correct. But I think it's one of those games where you're on the other side of that inch. Everything's just being a little bit off. And Linda, sometimes you can never explain it. It happens.
Oh, for sure.
That
is
true. And you know what? You always pray, and that's why the page system is good, because you pray it doesn't happen at the wrong time. You can come out, you know, tonight she's got another chance. She's got Kathy Cunningham tomorrow, which will be no walk in the park. But, you know, it's one of those games, and this game is not over, by the way, but there's a great roll.
Yep.
But she has been just on the other side of that inch today, just not sharp.
So which looks better?
The one in the house.
What do you throw on board?
You don't want to just peel it out of there?
Well, I'd like to stick around.
Okay.
And
board.
A few ice calling. Was not giving enough ice in some of those shots.
And that's why I just feel she doesn't seem as comfortable, because she was doing that very well during the week and just isn't picking up the different spots on the ice tonight. And the speed hasn't been right. Just a lot of little things put together.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
On the front one, so here's a chance to get 2.
Good girl. Okay. I didn't see the point in just firing at that man. What do you like?
To freeze the back one?
Freeze, yeah.
You could freeze in the back one. You could protect the corner guard with a corner guard over top of the shot.
They've made a number of actually perfect freezes in this game, and that unfortunate result has been that they didn't come up with a deuce because of it, because of the sequence of events after that. But boy, Robin and the team have made some of these great shots in this game.
Good. Whoa. T-line. Just for weight. Right to it. Line's good. Straight to it. Hey!
These are the toughest shot in curling, and here's another one. This is amazing.
Can that little girl play or not? What a dilemma Colleen would have been in. She would have had to, you know, try and peel it out of there.
Yep. Hard. Hurry.
Kim Kelly.
Hurry, guys. Hurry.
Trying to run it straight back.
Hurry, hurry. Okay, that's all right.
Oh, but now that Team Canada star is shot, and it is on the face of the PEI red.
Just over curled the spot. They actually had a fairly large area to make a pretty good shot, but it really curled.
Scoot it back.
You can just touch this back in behind that red one, though.
Back 8, back 12.
You will move the red one, the
Back 12, eh?
Okay.
you will move this one, but you can just move this back in here just slightly. Big shot by Rebecca Jean could really make this interesting.
Hard for line. Hard for line. Hard for line. Hard. Go hard. Hard.
Big scrub to get it by, and they cannot.
Just
Missed opportunities.
Not taking enough ice on those, I guess, Linda.
She's really struggling. That was lots of weight too, and it just took off.
I don't think so.
Get that one.
There.
That one's higher.
Okay, so hit this one first. What? Where am I hitting?
It does cross. Once it gets near center,
about
it
there.
does start to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bonus, Marianne.
Very friendly.
All of this is a bonus, Kim.
Yeah.
But if we hit half, you know,
looks like I can
quarter
go
of that,
in the crotch
yes,
right here,
a
eh?
quarter of that,
Okay.
it should all go, okay?
All right. Do I need center line, or is that good?
This is good.
Okay, that's good.
This is good, Kim.
Just come across the face of. She's going to hit this one right
Yeah, you
here.
can hit either one first.
I think so.
This here.
Just
It's
hit it
going to
straight
go,
in the crotch,
obviously.
guys.
Yep.
Right on.
Right in the crotch, as you can say. And this is going to go that way there.
Firm.
There you go.
Let her fly.
Again, a fairly large area to hit because of the way the rocks are positioned and still make the shot. Bad break for PEI to crash on that guard.
No! Whoa!
Looks tight.
Yep! Whoa!
Yes!
Yep!
Hard!
Hard! Hard! Hurry, 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 hurry!
Get it out.
Won't quite go. So third shot belongs to PEI. They do have the hammer here in 9.
So, I mean, it was right over on this side of the right over.
It's a little bit of a break because there's a double there. There's a freeze.
Like that, I thought it curled off the fat. You know, it didn't look.
Kim really threw it up, and it curled in that spot.
I mean, you could tell by the line. That's maybe why we got on it with them.
What did you see there, Victor?
And I wanted, I know, but I wanted
I wasn't saying it
center.
as some.
They are my favorite.
Yeah. No, I know that.
We wanted to
but
sweep, you know, we were calling her online.
yeah.
What?
For sure.
Freeze isn't bad though.
I like the freeze too.
Yeah, freeze is good. I think.
Either that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
In turn freeze.
Just for line. Line away. Back 8.
Really got to move.
Back 8. Whoa.
Close.
Back 12.
Flip.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Quick. Yep. Hard, Robin. Quick. Right over.
Shoot. That's all right, though. Probably could have left it.
Going for a 5th title, record 5th title. And there's probably nothing that she has not seen on the ice, which is maybe part of the reason, Suzanne, this is all new to her.
Nobody will ever beat that record of 17. It's impossible. It's just tough enough to live that long.
I'm just home regular though. Whoa.
I was there in '82 when she was at her Worlds in Geneva.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Do we have a piece?
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Can we get something off this yellow here? No.
Good shot.
Good girl.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
To it. Yeah, we can even do this.
I don't mind that.
Just
Good
like,
shot, though.
well, if we
Might just
rolled it
draw
there.
52. Maybe.
Even just to it.
Yeah, I don't mind to it. I mean, if you go to it, and she might pick it and roll.
Try this.
Okay.
Just tap it.
Just to there, yeah.
Just.
Enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be tempted to freeze onto the top one.
Why?
I just like the angle a little bit, and you could actually be shot rock.
I definitely like that. The last time they were playing the freeze, I would have preferred to be higher in the house. I think now she's worried that if she comes to the face of that top one, she'd be third shot, and she might not have a chance to make a play. But you're right. I would have certainly done that last time.
She could be shot, though, freezing onto that one.
She can by an angle, yeah.
Where?
Just keep backing.
Sometimes you forget when you're in this position that you're going for a deuce. The third one would be nice. You're going for a deuce.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Go hard. Hard.
McInnes, McPhee. Push it back.
Nice shot.
There'll be second shot. You know, that's maybe where it's funny, because we've seen throughout the
So you
round
could just
robin
come down in here anywhere.
their coach quite often, and we haven't seen him tonight. We haven't seen Coach Power out there with them, and I'm just wondering
Yeah, just a little.
if he might be of use to them right now.
Call a timeout, you mean, and have a chat about this. Yeah, you're right.
I really like freezing on the high one, and I would have frozen on the high one. You could have been shot rock, and Colin had to deal with it in some fashion.
The double would be to be high, as long as you're back here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if she'll fire at it no matter what, you know, and hoping that would be risky, wouldn't it?
She'd
That
have
would
to
be
move
really
3 to
risky.
get more than 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Shot rock belongs to Colleen. Second shot belongs to Suzanne.
You gotta be right back. Sit on the back yellow will be perfect.
Is that back?
All the way to the back.
Yeah, we gotta make
one.
sure we're back.
What? Yeah.
We'll take it there for you, Skipper.
Just drawing down into the situation.
Yeah, she's got 2 rocks to come to. Really, she could come to her own or to the red one.
She can come down,
For
freeze
2?
onto the red
Yeah,
one.
4 will be good for this shot.
4?
Yeah.
Make sure you're deep, guys.
Yep.
Weight's there. Okay.
Right
Line
back to
straight.
it.
Yep.
Make sure.
Yep.
Line's
Line's
great.
fine. Hard.
Line's great. You can't hurt it.
Line. Hard.
Line's fine.
Weight too.
Yes, hard line. Hard line. Have you got the weight?
No, we don't have the weight.
Full 12.
Then
No,
roll
full
then.
12.
Whoa. Okay. What's that do?
What happened to that?
I don't know. You had all kinds of weights.
Gave you tons.
I had a 59.
Sorry, guys.
That curled
she
2
got?
feet more than she thought and stopped
full
much
slide
sooner
path
than they
the whole
thought.
Oh, should we have brought that to count that though? So that
Just
you
the
can't
fudge?
You can just get to the.
play this double and have those 2 to count.
You could do that. Just get by the 8 rock, you've got the double. Or if you just get by the 8 rock, you got the deuce. don't you think? Probably catch half of this
Well,
rock.
we can't touch that 7 because...
Oh, I think you'd be all... maybe not. Well, if you're catching it on this side, you're going to be all right. Right? Because you're going to clip it there. It's going to come off and stay there.
Like this double?
Well, that's what she's wondering. We play this double and count these two.
Well, you can. I think that's the easiest way to get your deuce. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm just thinking if you just get by that 8 and you hit this, you're going by this, you might clip it. But it should come off this 3 and stay right there.
Yeah, she's right about that.
But I don't know if there's enough room to get by it.
You can see well, the other thing is, though,
of a rock.
If you go boing, boing, you're giving up 1, right?
Yeah.
Even if we try this, if we don't get it. No, you're not. This is shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, try that.
Right?
Across the face.
What Rebecca Jean is saying is if you can get by this one here, I'll just
Because
clear
as long
that.
as you make contact with that.
Hit this one here.
You can do that or just draw for 1.
We want to play it to get rid of the 3 too, but
Then you would hit that one there and drive it a bit
but I think
this way.
Call it time.
I think you're going to get your 1 anyway.
You'd clip this
so
one
you can
here.
draw and take it, or you can try this and take it.
And it would go over and would hold itself in this area here.
Just make sure you don't play it too.
We don't want to
And the shooter, of course, would be the second point.
Call time.
Right?
Yeah, so make
call
sure you...
time?
Yeah.
There's the timeout we were talking about.
And now we'll look for Coach Paul Power.
Oh.
If you miss it, you get her 1.
It's pretty thin here.
I think it's right.
There's 2 doubles possible, and that's what the team we're talking about. So I think it's a good idea to talk to the coach.
But the other thing is, Rebecca, if he starts to come really hard, no, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. You give them up to do.
What are you thinking?
We're
Look
shot
better
here.
from back there. We're number 2?
Number 2 here.
Yeah.
The other double is the one they're
That's
pointing
number
at
2?
right
That's
now.
1. So we're thinking
It's worth the risk to
This?
play the...
Across?
yeah,
Well, it's across this way, right?
try to catch that.
We can't get enough on the inside, you don't think? The only good thing we got going for us, too, is Suzanne's out turn should spin this to the in turn. So we might get a little better clearance on this one. You know what I
You're
mean?
thinking of playing it this way?
Well, that's what I was looking at from back there, but it looked better from where I was.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to get by that 8.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty tight.
It's really tight.
I don't mind this because at least this way it's guaranteeing us that we're going to get 1.
Well, unless
One,
we
you know,
jam.
1's not the end of the world. Yeah.
That was the first one we
You
talked
just have to
about.
make sure you play it.
Just clipping
Yeah.
that one and
Yeah.
sending
Yeah.
it this
Play it
way.
safe. 1's not the end of the world, right?
No.
Because, I mean, you know, down 1 coming home, and
It's
we
so
can steal a
close to
couple
this
ends
one.
on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay? That's probably good.
Let's
So they're
make
going to
this
try and
here.
play
Let's
the
try it.
wide one.
Yeah.
What do we need, a quarter?
Let's make it.
Everybody looking at the angles, including
I
Kathy
think so.
Cunningham.
I think you need this, though.
The crowd here in Kitchener has really adopted this young lady and the team. Impressed by her, as we all have.
I'm gonna throw Peel.
Going to come downtown with this. She's got to catch it on the outside and just catch the yellow one as it goes by.
Peel!
Final stone in 9. Have to feather that top one first of all, get it by, now angle it back. Oh, bad, great.
That is bad luck.
Colleen Jones and Team Canada. The steal here.
It just curls a little too much, and it's bad luck, and she jams it. It just has to hit it a little higher on the outside, and you'll just clip the yellow one, and it'll go, but she jams it back, drives it back right here. It just curled a little too much. That's hard luck to a hunting dog.
Thinking this, she's playing the tick here probably, right?
Yeah.
So let's put this one in a spot where it's a little bit harder to tick.
The key shot is brought to you by Robaxacet, helping you walk away from back pain.
It was a team shot. They decided not to go for the single, but to try the tough double, try the peel weight, angling the one yellow onto the other, and try and score the 2 red at the back of the house, knowing the shooter would go. And it just curled too much. It's been that kind of night for Suzanne Goody. It seems like everything's over curling, including this big weight peel.
Yeah, this is hard luck because she throws it pretty well. If it curls a half an inch and less, she's going to catch that, come across the top and score 2 points and be tie game going home.
But instead, it's a steal of 1 for Team Canada, and Colleen Jones will lead it 6-3, going to 10.
And then you go back in the end, I really think that the better play would, rather than tapping that back one back that she tried to angle freeze on the high one. But you know,
halfway,
it's
tight.
So they know their work's cut out for them. Susan being asked for the corner guard. And I was a little surprised Colleen played into the rings with a 3-point lead.
Me too.
They talked about it and decided on the top 4-foot stone, and that's what they got from Nancy.
Well, eavesdropping as we were, they're really concerned about the freezes that PEI has been throwing and how well they've been making them.
It's just such a big lead now. I don't think I'd put anything else in play.
Hurry! Quick! Good nets.
We can't take that.
I'm not sure what she was doing.
I have no idea what she was doing.
We thought you were testing the outlet.
Did you just go here? Oh, the ice.
Oh, okay. I thought Colleen was, yeah, I think so.
Suzanne just calmly went back, stopped the red stone, put it back. Didn't say a word.
Didn't say a word, didn't break a smile, nothing.
Tight.
Stay higher. Same spot. Yep.
To get the 3 points, they just need one nose hit here. They just don't want to leave a double peel, that's all.
Yep. It's good.
Yeah, Colleen, just checking with the crowd now. I can take it out, can't I? Yes, you can.
I'm a rookie. Okay, get your focus, girl.
And the one problem, of course, with putting the rock in the rings, as they did on their Leeds rocks, is Marianne has to be careful now how to peel it. You have to peel it from the inside rather than the outside, so you don't jam.
Okay. Yep. Good girl.
I thought you were just testing the ice.
Practicing, yes.
She has great control of that team. She put the broom down for that shot and it wasn't questioned. So.
That's right.
Yep. That's good. Shot.
Only once since the Page playoff system was implemented back in 1995 has the champion ever come from something other than this 1-2 position.
Clean. We're good. Clean only. Yep.
And that was Kelly Law in the year 2000.
Nice throw.
When she came all the way back from a tiebreaker to win the title. Newfoundland Labrador winning the
Same thing.
3-4 game, stealing it from Saskatchewan. So they'll play the loser of this one. We'll have it for you in the semifinal, 7 Eastern time, 4 Pacific. The winner right through to Sunday's final.
Sorry.
Is it really high?
Yep. That's good there. It's good.
Shot.
Kelly.
No. Whoa. Yep. No. Yeah. You might get the other guy. Yep.
Raise him in. Nice shot, Kim.
You got 4 left.
Guess we don't want to push him in, eh?
When do you start coming into the rings to make your play?
Well, the next shot for sure.
You're going to run out of rocks.
You could go in now. You could freeze to go in behind the corner guard or freeze, but Colleen's going to have a wide open shot to end this game. You needed a nose hit on one of those corner guards to be able to get eventually 2 behind one of the corner guards, because the corner guard's going to be peeled.
That's good. Shot.
You had to have 1 more corner guard. So you need a nose hit here of some nature.
Whoa! 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 Got a piece. Watch the button.
Yep.
Oh!
I know.
Have to give it a try now. They'll put in the freeze.
Do you like going around? I like going around the corner.
Talked about Colleen getting better and better, and how her percentage this week was so high. Well, she's 86% tonight. She's just been superb.
That's okay, though. Okay, yeah, okay.
That's good. It's not bad.
And if she goes on to the final, somebody's going to have to play very well and force some mistakes out of that lady, because she hasn't shown us tonight she's got many in her.
Hubby! Yep. Hard for line.
One of the things you could have done earlier in this end was try and tuck one behind that 4-foot stone. Get it in behind, and if she took off the 4-foot stone, then you could get in behind the long corner guard. Should have tried to use that 4-foot stone as almost like a corner guard.
Chance to end it now.
Smash it.
Unless she takes the guard.
What would you have to do, Linda, to bounce back from this?
Well, as a skip, you have to really just throw this one out, Vic, and that's the hard part, is parking the negative that has happened tonight that Suzanne just hasn't executed, and she struggled also with the ice calls tonight.
Yep.
You have to have a chat as a team, talk to the coach, and regroup.
Final stone. Team Canada and Colleen Jones trying to put themselves into the final.
Great shot, Colleen.
Colleen Jones will have a chance at a 5th Canadian title on Sunday.
Good luck tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow. Robin, good luck tomorrow.
6-3, the final. A very impressive performance by Team Canada.
Right here, right now. Well done, girls. Good hanging.
And so Colleen Jones and the team from the Mayflower in Halifax will have Saturday off. They'll play in the final, waiting for the winner of PEI Newfoundland Labrador, and they'll meet tomorrow in the semi. And Kathy Cunningham now knows who she's going to play.
I want to go see Tyler.
Max?
Very good.